Okay, so this is going to upset some people, but I have a moral and professional obligation to tell you the truth. The reason why we haven't been able to prevent the next school shootings is because we have not been learning from history, and I can prove it to you right now. My name is Luis D. Aponte. I'm a librarian and the author of A Safe Place: How to Prevent the Next School Shooting, and just recently, the Ultimate U.S. School Shooting Reference Guide, Volumes 1 through 3. As soon as you're finished with this video, I challenge you to go to your school or local public library and check out every book on school shootings. And I guarantee you that you're only going to find books that cover one and no more up to maybe 12 school shootings in detail. As a matter of fact, I did exactly just that in my local public library. This is the first book I found, #NeverAgain. It was written by David and Lauren Hogg. They are survivors of the 2018 Parkland shooting, and they basically cover what happened after the shooting and how they started the #NeverAgain movement. Good book. It was written very quickly, which is why it's a smaller book. April 16th, Virginia Tech Remembers. Well-researched book, well-written. The only problem is it only covers one school shooting. If I Don't Make It, I Love You. Survivors in the Aftermath of School Shootings. While this is well-researched and it's very heartfelt, it does not give any details on the patterns of school shootings and how communities can basically group together to prevent the next one. Columbine. Really good book written by Dave Cullen. I believe it took him like 10 years to write this book. This guy's a reporter and did an amazing job researching this. He also wrote the book called Parkland. And as you can imagine, this book only covers or talks about Columbine, whereas Parkland only talks about Parkland. So there's not much you can learn from the patterns of the overall number of school shootings that have happened in this country. There is a gunman on campus. Tragedy and Terror at Virginia Tech. As you can imagine, this only talks about Virginia Tech, which just happens to be the worst school shooting in U.S. history. And finally, probably the most thorough book that we have in our collection at our library is called Rampage, The Social Roots of School Shootings. This covers in detail 2 mass school shootings, which is Heath High School in West Paducah, Kentucky in 1997, and the West Side Middle School shooting in Jonesboro, Arkansas in 1998. It also briefly touches on maybe around 20 to 25 school shootings. The only reason why we still have this in our collection is probably because I'm the one that keeps checking it out. You know, it's an essential book. It was published in 2004, but it desperately needs an update. So that's why I wrote A Safe Place: How to Prevent the Next School Shooting, and the Ultimate U.S. School Shooting Reference Guide, Volumes 1 through 3. This basically summarizes every school shooting that I have researched for the past 7 years, from 1990 to 2019. You want to know how many school shootings have happened during that time period? 1,204. I know, it's insane. So this one summarizes it in layman's terms, whereas this provides all the data of everything that I claim in A Safe Place: How to Prevent the Next School Shooting. The next 2 should be out in the next few months. These are essential books that every parent, every community, every school, every law enforcement, every public library needs. Get your copies for yourself and your community right now, because every child deserves to go to school without the threat of gun violence. Thank you.